It's time for Trailer Trash!
Trailer trash! Of course! Get her down!
Trailer Trash, the segment that we do every week on the podcast where we watch a series of trailers and then try to pick the best one. I'm usually right. Ethan and Ricardo sometimes are right with me. Otherwise, they're wrong. But you know what? That's how it goes.
You're either right or you're wrong.
That's how it is when it comes to trailers. When it comes to objective things like which is the best trailer,
yeah, it's a very serious.
It's a very serious matter, and we only hold them to the highest standards every time. We had a lot of trailers this week because of Gamescom.
Yeah.
So let's get started with FIFA 19.
This is
the story trailer. The story trailer.
It sounds like EA saw the success of that one Madden, and they're like, "Oh, we should probably."
Well, the FIFA game has had story for the last couple of years as well. Yeah, that Alex Hunter. He's a character. He's a returning character from 2 games.
Huh.
So yeah, they're doing a weird thing where they're continuing this story throughout their games, and I think that these stories in these sports games are a nice idea. I think some are executed better than others.
What about the Spike Lee joint?
Spike Lee joint was like
Ghost
got that Ghost basketball dude at the end. I have that game. Someday I want to play that. I want.
You never played that. You never played. That's the reason. Why would you? Have you played the game at all?
I played it. And I was like, man, I don't know basketball.
Why did you get that game?
It was on PlayStation Plus.
You say you're looking at Ethan, and you say this guy's a baller, right?
I love the basketball.
I'm glad I hope we can free friend that too, because that's a pretty good one as well.
But yeah, man, you gotta scan your face in, and you gotta do the whole 9 yards there, man.
You gotta play the story mode.
Yeah.
So
this one is like dramatic. It's all drama. It's all like someone watched an episode of like current prestige television.
Some
was like,
kind of HBO show.
Yeah, we could do that, but with soccer. That's what we're gonna do with it. There's 3 storylines happening at the same time.
Yeah,
They're
so
all kind of intertwined. The 2 soccer rivals, it seems.
Yeah, and then there's
like,
a lady.
The lady is like related to both of them in some way.
She's got a whole together 'cause she's in her own league, you know.
One guy's got a family
this
issue.
Dude who's like, also my last chances.
That's how it sounds.
I've got to retake my family's name. I do mess abuse. Yeah.
The Foresters will rise again.
Yeah.
It's also weird how this is like built the Frostbite engine.
Please.
No, they've been doing that for other.
I know it's been doing a while.
Madden's been doing that too. I think.
Always blows my mind that they're like this engine is made for shooting mans.
Yeah, that's why it works so great in Mass Effect Andromeda, you know?
You're right, it works great.
Like EA was like, we've bought a company that has an engine. I guess we're just gonna cram that engine into everything so we don't pay Unreal any more money.
Hey, you know, I heard one thing I said, Mass Effect Andromeda, the gameplay is actually pretty good, and that's the only part that's good about it.
Yeah, but the animation isn't.
Somebody should buy that Fox
that's the engine.
Somebody should buy the Fox engine and use that in some more shit.
Nah, Konami needs that.
Anyway.
Konami's gonna use that.
Oh wait, yeah, they probably used it for Metal Gear Survive, huh?
Yeah, they did.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I always forget that game
engine.
was a thing.
Yep, this year.
Yeah, remember how that was like that game got announced and everyone was like, "That's gonna be garbage," and then it got close to release and like people in the press were like, "This game might be good," and then like a game came out and they was like, "Nah, this game was garbage."
It's bad.
It was like close to coming out and everyone was like, "Wait a minute, maybe it's not garbage." Oh no,
there's some fun stuff here. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's bad.
A game we've actually all played, but not this version of it, is Reigns. Actually, have you played this game?
I played Reigns and I played Reigns Her Majesty.
Oh, see, I only ever played the first one.
I only ever played
still
Reigns.
have the first
Reigns Her
one
Majesty is
installed.
cool because
I'm sexist.
You play as a queen, and she has her own different issues because you're not directly ruling the kingdom. You're influencing the king
you're
to do
influencing.
things too.
Cool.
It's interesting. So that kind
No,
of
that's interesting. I didn't realize it was that. I thought you just played as a queen that ruled the kingdom.
No,
like the first.
you actually are.
I mean, I knew there was different. I knew there was different cards, but I just thought you know.
Yeah, it plays by that. It plays off that whole like dynamic of like, well, you actually don't have any power, but you have a lot of influence.
Yeah, so Reigns is basically kind of what would you say? It's like a kingdom ruling game. Kingdom management game, but with like with Tinder mechanics, Where swiping right is like, yes, I agree with this decision. Swiping left is like, no, I don't. Like, I don't agree.
Sometimes it's also just like two different options. That
Yeah,
are just like,
or sometimes they
often
both
yes or
don't.
no, but sometimes it's just kind of like.
Or sometimes they're both like what or and huh, like just gotta.
Especially because if you failed, you get one more card, and you can swipe that one, but it does not matter which way you swipe at that point.
But this is
Game of Thrones
with Game of Thrones tied into it, and so
which is like at first I just thought it was like gonna be a thematically kind of skinned, but like when it gets to the gameplay part at the end, it's like nah, this is full on like got the characters in it from the game. So I don't really know.
I mean, they're in the Reign style though, where it's very simple.
Yeah, they're all the cartoony style, and it's nice animation.
It's a cool idea. It's a
it
cool
looks neat
combination.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, because the thing about Reigns is that you play as like a monarch, and then sooner or later that monarch dies either by your dumb decisions or like it just eventually the game kind of becomes very difficult to manage regardless of how well you're doing. And so your monarch dies, and then you play as some kind of heir of that monarch. And I don't know how that would work in Game of Thrones. If you would you just inherit another character that exists in that?
Are you going to be playing as? I don't think I doubt you're going to be playing as story characters. Right?
I don't
because,
know.
like,
the thing is like I think in one of
the story characters seem like they're the ones that are talking to you.
Yeah, but like it's if you look at the end here, I think it says something like, "Oh, Jon." As if like you are playing as Jon Snow or something.
Oh,
let's see. Hold on.
Maybe it does.
Let's see.
Let's get to the ending part.
To it. Wait, no, it's almost there. What
What
the fuck, dude?
I misheard you. Okay.
Oh well, now you passed it.
Now it's too late.
Now you fucking passed
Okay,
it.
maybe you are playing as the characters.
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah,
go back a little bit further. Yeah, go back a little bit further.
Oh man.
Yes, King Jon. Okay, so it seems like you might be playing as Jon Snow.
So maybe.
But I don't know.
Potentially.
But you guys are up to date on the show. I don't know how much spoilers you want to say.
I mean, yeah.
That would be the only character that would matter that wouldn't matter if they died or not. Okay, I guess I'll leave it at that.
Anyway,
King of the North.
King of the North. Yeah, this game looks neat. I'll see what the reaction of it is. If it's just like, hey, it's more Reigns, I'm like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked Reigns. I really liked
it.
Reigns. I thought Reigns from Majesty sounded cool. I just like had played a lot of Reigns.
Yeah, I played a lot of Reigns.
So I was just kind of like, that seems like more Reigns, and like that game was really good. But it'd be cool to see that team make something different.
Yeah, you're right.
Next trailer. What was the next trailer? Next trailer was Strange Brigade.
Which is a very...
We saw a trailer for this a while back.
Yeah,
but this is a launch trailer. You might not have been.
Yeah.
But now this trailer doesn't really show any kind of actual gameplay. It shows a lot of stuff, but doesn't actually show any actual gameplay. So what this game, what we gather is kind of like almost like a
I think a Vermintide
like
is
Left 4 Dead or a Vermintide is probably Vermintide.
This game looks like it has loot. I bet this game has loot in it, which Left 4 Dead does not have.
Probably, and also the different characters look like they have some kind of unique skills depending.
Yes, they all look like they are different.
Like this dude that's on screen right now, he looks like he's some weird magic caster. He does a couple of magical things throughout the game.
There is a this game maybe a little culturally insensitive. There's like a lady in your crew with the black skin face paint all over, and some of the enemies are also kind of savages looking.
I don't know.
The main black character, she's all dressed up like a native outfit. And
it's
has
kind
of
accent. It's totally it's
of its era.
It's the thing is like it's definitely aiming for a like a serial style like adventure.
Yes. It's going for that like Indiana Jones vibe,
or whatever that Indiana Jones was like inspired by those kind of things,
based off of that kind of stuff. And it has those characters as playable characters at least, so that it's not just like a bunch of dudes going in and killing.
And there is also was that guy's name at the end?
He's a black guy.
He's a black guy who looked really cool.
He's a Victorian guy. He might be the narrator.
Yeah, he looked very cool.
Winston Bay is his name. Yeah,
he's playable.
And he's free if you get the game or something. I don't know.
If you buy the game,
so
you get to play the character.
This trailer just basically shows like a couple of different settings. Like there's
like Egypt.
there's some kind of
pharaohs,
jungle.
I think what's
jungle guys.
cool about this trailer to me is they showed there's actually
giant
like,
statues,
puzzles you have to do with 4 people.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like you'll be making your way through some sort of labyrinth. It sounds like every game will be like a I bet it's gonna be randomly generated or not.
Yeah,
like
so very
procedurally
very
generated, I
Vermintide.
bet. Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of. But Vermintide is set levels.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Again, this might be too. I'm making a prediction here based off of nothing I found 100% certainty on. But like, if it has puzzles and stuff, and they're the same puzzles every time you play, I feel like that's gonna be.
That get
gonna
old, right?
If,
Yeah. I was.
If they have just kinds of rooms that can just bolt together, and then
But
they
maybe
just
this isn't a
shuffle
game that you
around.
need to play the same level over and over and over.
Yeah,
again.
maybe it's not, but it looks like that. It looks like a loot-based
does.
multiplayer game
The
to me.
the only thing that kind of discourages me is that Matt did look up the price, and it is a full $50 purchase.
Yes.
And so in a game that
we
is
don't know how much content right now. We've only seen 2
and in
environments.
a game that is
like
very
Aztec and-
obviously seems like it's very cooperative based. If you can't convince at least 1 to maybe 2 other friends that this game is worth spending their $50 on, I feel like you might
Yeah.
have.
There is
considerably
like a
worse
4-pack I think
idea.
that's cheaper.
Probably. It's
That's
still gonna be like
they
100
tend to
bucks or
do
something
that
like
with like
It's like
Steam
100
games
something.
with
That's
cooperative.
not bad, honestly. 100. That's not that bad. Everyone goes in for 25.
What was the name of it again? It's
Strange
the
Brigade.
Strange Brigade. Yeah, I mean this game looks cool. I would love to check this game out, but I'm just not sure again that I can justify a.
Type of game like that for that price. Yeah, I think I'd have to see some reviews, kind of poke in and actually see how deep
No,
this game is.
I am wrong. It's not a 4-pack, which is what I hoped it was. It is the deluxe edition, and it comes with the Steam controller.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
not at all what I want.
$71 for the deluxe edition, and then $30 for the Steam controller,
Can I
which nets you
trade this
$101.
Dream controller for another copy of the game.
Yeah, it's like I don't want.
I don't
So
want
this
that.
game doesn't look like it would play well with the
It really doesn't. I don't know.
controller.
It seems like a neat concept. And
We'll
it's
we'll
from a relatively
see.
unknown studio.
If you pre-order it, you get 10% off.
The only thing I know
45.
that this Rebellion studio makes is I remember they made a PSP Star Wars Battlefront game that I enjoyed.
Oh, I played that too.
It was the
that's
one
this
that like
coming?
had
Oh.
it was the one that had like space to ground battles
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in a weird way, and you could customize your character as like in your class as opposed to like picking a set class. Like you could even put different
Yeah,
colors
that
and
was
shit
weird.
on
That
it.
was a weird
It was a
thing.
weird game. I liked it.
I liked
I
it
don't know if
too.
it played that well ultimately, but it was fun for what it
So
was.
there is a campaign apparently. There's like
Interesting.
a set path. So who knows?
Well,
There are obviously modes where you can repeat it.
I
I'm
want to
sure.
see what the critical reaction to this game is because it looks
Yeah,
interesting.
I'm very interested in it for sure. But
And the
it is
setting
not a
itself is
small
really
Steep
purchase.
asking price, yeah.
Yeah. But this could be a cool multiplayer game, even if this play like Fallon and Amber or something like that, or
Yeah.
if people are interested. So we'll see.
All right. Well, what about this other game that doesn't cost any money to get into?
What?
And it's
Space
also a
Lord?
multiplayer game.
Oh, I remember this character from Star Wars, the Spacelords.
the Spacelords.
I like how
Ginger
he's got a
Master
weird
Vodka.
undersuit that just perfectly contorts to his muscles.
But like,
Yeah.
is that or
just
is that like
just
his
like in real
It could
life?
be just him.
skeleton? Is that like his like?
Yeah, he has
cyborg
blue. He has blue on his like. Look at like the blue scar he has on his
eyes. Like,
face.
is that his
like,
cyborg? Like,
Yeah,
is
he
the
might have a
only part
cyborg
that's like
skin.
his human is like that one part of his face.
he has
I
like
don't know.
cyber skin.
So-
He's got carbon fiber skin.
This
But they had to-
trailer. Sorry. This trailer goes.
It makes it hard to tell what
What
kind of game
Yeah,
this
it
is.
kind of on first glance it looks like kind of like a horde-based game where you get to play different
there's like a
sections
big old
with your
boss?
friends.
I'm trying to look up what this game is.
And-
Well,
yeah,
you
go
try
ahead.
and explain.
And
the trailer.
you got a bunch of different wacky characters. It seems to be the draw is that you get to pick different characters. And it says at the end of the trailer, all the campaigns are free and all future campaigns will be free. So it sounds like they're trying to be like, okay, we're going to make new content for this game. We're going to keep making new content so you keep playing. And then you'll get to play new wacky characters.
You'll buy the loot boxes, which will have.
new
cosmetic
characters,
items.
new cosmetics.
No,
stuff like
didn't
that.
say all the new characters are free, or
I didn't say that. Only campaigns.
No, it's a new campaigns. All campaigns, past and present, will
Which
be.
is the best way to do it because that I think EA even realized this. It's like, okay, well now we'll be able to
Wait,
play
is this
all
a multiplayer
all people.
versus game?
I don't think so. It looks
No,
like
I
they're
don't
killing
think
hordes.
so.
So get this.
I don't think so
Okay.
either.
This
but,
is
like,
a game formerly known as Raiders of the Broken Planet
okay,
that
so this
is
is
now
not a new game.
relaunching on PS4 as a free-to-play platform. It's developed by Mercury's Steam, but that developed the Castlevania Lords of Shadow games.
Oh,
That's yeah. So
the first one was a
I
flawed
really,
gem.
really like, but you know, I really like the first Lords of Shadow, but also that
The
was
second one's bad, isn't it?
Yes, and also it was in conjunction with Kojima Studios, the first one. Second one was not. But also Mercury's Steam also made that new Samus Returns.
Oh, and that one was considered really good.
Yeah.
Like everyone was really worried that they were gonna flop that one because of their past history, and everyone really liked that one. So
Well, this one's still up in the air. Spacelords, who knows?
Okay,
but
so it
it's-
says
Yeah.
it's coming out
according
soon,
to the
right?
it's it's I think the
this is the
28th.
launch trailer.
So Spacelords, according to their own website, it says Spacelords is a brand new take on the shooter genre through its 4 versus 1 counter-operative campaign. You experience both sides of the story. Join the Raiders in their fight to free the legendary Broken Planet, or switch sides and fight as the antagonists alongside the invading hordes. So it is an asymmetrical game.
Huh.
Those always
So
go
it's like
well.
Evolve.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
I was gonna
Evolve.
say it almost sounds like Evolve.
Which Turtle Rock Studios came out and said that was impossible to balance, but maybe these guys figured it out. I don't know. It's free to play, almost like Evolve. So I'm interested to kind of try it. I'm interested.
Yeah, it's on PlayStation, right? So maybe we should check it out together if it's co-op.
Okay, so it's weird. So it talks about here on this website, it says, okay, let's see. Sometimes the path of good and rights is not the path you want to follow. Sometimes being the bad guy is fun, right? Being a raider requires teaming up with raiders and working together for the greater good. But what if you're not interested in the effing greater good?
They
And
said,
then
"I
you can
swear."
also be the antagonist too, which is a traitor type mechanic where you turn on your team. I don't know. There's a lot. This game.
This is like a lot. This
game's got a
like,
lot of stuff going on with it.
This like other free to play games seems like the sort of game that we're gonna all download, jump
then-
into it, and be like, "What the fuck?
then
How do we
realize
play?"
that,
And then
yeah, like,
there's been a million updates that we never saw that we just no longer are able to just jump into this.
But again,
now.
but again, it's like this game has existed on another platform,
yeah,
but is completely relaunching on a platform it
guess
hasn't
it's gonna be a
existed
lot of
on.
people
So
that
I
won't
guess
be,
it could.
yeah.
Everybody's still on the same playing field. I don't know. This is weird. I might check it out.
Yeah,
but-
So there's
check it out.
4 classes and each of them have like 5 heroes. Class it looks like.
Yeah.
There's a sniper, a hunter-killer unit. I don't know what that means. An aerial assault unit, and
sounding more like Evolved.
and an assault unit. There's aerial assault, hunter-killer, and sniper. Not hunter-gatherer, hunter-killer.
And there's no support. There's no tank, unless
I mean, I'm guessing that one of those classes will basically end up being
tank.
the support/tank kind of thing.
All right, let's move on now. Because we
What
talked
does
a
this
lot
mean?
about Space Lord.
Look at all these things. This game seems huge. Like, what is it? What is it? We still haven't found out what you actually do in the game.
Yeah, well, we'll have to
Who
try
cares?
it ourselves.
Move
We'll check it
along.
out. We'll jump in later and we'll be bad at it, and then say it's not good.
Why are you shuffling playlists?
Battle Chef. He's running out of space.
Don't shuffle it.
Battle
Just click
Chef
the button.
Brigade Deluxe. This trailer is a fun little animated trailer.
Yeah, for a game that's already out, but it is now, speaking of games re-releasing, this is re-releasing on PS4 as Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe. So yeah, this is a neat little animated trailer, shows off some of the cool art style in a really fun, like, anime opening.
shows all the
Characters. I was really intrigued by this game, but then it only came out for Steam and Switch, so I haven't gotten a chance to play it. But now it's finally.
What is deluxe about this game other than it's
I guess-
other than it's
I don't
gonna
know.
be
This
a
is
That's the thing
DLC.
is, like, I don't know if did the game
was there
was there
DLC?
There's
yeah
always
was
a
there
little
any
DLC
sort of
maybe.
DLC or add-ons later down the road? And furthermore, I mean, maybe it's just the fact that it's on PS4. Sometimes they do that.
Maybe.
Like, it could have maybe.
I think because PS4 has a thing of like we can't be second to get the game. Like I think that's actually a real thing that they have in their
Really?
thing. Like,
That's weird.
yeah, you can't like release a game that you've already released somewhere else. So you have to like, even if it just means throwing on the word deluxe and then like there's one new character that you could talk to. That's like, or
There
something,
you
you
go.
know, something like that, like that level. You could just do that and say
That's so
Sony's
bizarre.
Sony's
There's
needs.
a new graphical setting. I don't know. So yeah, that's
so
a neat
this
trailer.
it's a cool little fun little trailer. It's a good anime intro of just showing everybody,
You know,
showing that food, showing the meat getting chopped up. I gotta play this game. I really wanted to play this game when it came out. I never had the chance,
Yeah.
and now I have it with Twitch Prime, so I should check it out. Seems
Same.
fun. Yeah. Cool
All right.
trailer.
So we on to Anno 1800 official Gamescom.
Which I
trailer.
didn't know was a
long-running
a
series.
series. Yeah.
This is probably at least maybe 8 entries in this series. I could be completely
Oh my
wrong. But there's a
goodness.
lot. I remember playing one ages ago. I've only played one. I really liked it, and it's just a chill game. Like these games are all about building up your empire, but doing it through trade.
Yeah, this is the seventh. This is the
and-
seventh game in the series.
Okay.
The
I
first
was
one
close.
came out in 1998.
Wow, that's a long time ago.
Anno 1602, Anno 1503, Anno 1701, Anno 1404, Anno 2070, Anno 2205, and now Anno 1800.
So we went back.
Why is this the only one that has like no additional numbers added?
There was
to
something
it?
about the way they add the numbers together. That they were
Yeah,
always
it all
cool.
adds up to 9.
Oh,
It always adds up to 9 every single
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
It looks like.
So this is
That's
the one.
funny.
If you, yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway,
There you go.
I haven't played one of these games in a while, but it is a very, very pretty freaking looking version.
I was gonna
of
say
this.
it's a neat looking game. I don't know if anything that it seems like you're doing in it is anything that I'd want to.
You don't want to hang
Okay.
out, make trade routes, make allies, and try to figure out like, man, I really my people really want cotton, but we don't have any cotton on this
No.
continent. We have to then go to another continent that's selling cotton, and then make a nice trade route and make peace with the pirates in the area so they don't attack us.
So yeah, I was gonna say. You know what I've said. This,
no.
I was gonna say I've said this too many times, and it's just gonna get blasé. Of I just want
Ray. You just want the Ray marketing or whatever it's called.
The
It was
Ray-
Ray shielding. Ray
Ray
tracing.
tracing.
Ray,
Tracing.
Ray tracing.
no. I just want to play Sid Meier's Pirates.
Pirates is great.
I just want to play.
I like this commentary, ship, boat, cloud, house.
Yeah,
These are all present in
that's
the trailer.
things that were there.
Next trailer. That game
Thank you,
looks
Rectangle
sweet, but
Boy.
it is more.
It looks pretty. Anna looks pretty. I'll say that.
What about Underworld Ascendant trailer?
This looks like Thief.
It looks like
this is the Thief series.
I don't know. I'm not. I don't know what's going on in this game.
Don't you know?
frankly.
This is a weird mash of like Elder Scrolls, Thief, and
It's got kind of like that weird like element
Might and
magic,
Magic.
combining like like some of the Might and Magic games.
Mhm.
It is definitely a style of game you look at and go, yes, I'm into this. I look at this game and do, yes.
No,
thank
I
you
don't
very
want.
much.
I'm bad at first-person stealth games, and I
never like
do not
'em.
enjoy playing them.
The magic stuff
I
seems
really,
neat.
I really wanted to get into Dishonored. I really wanted to get into Dishonored so bad. But it did not.
Tickle your
It's not-
fancy. Yeah. This game looks kind of cool in certain parts and then looks kind of bad in other parts. Some of the animations look a little weird. But a lot of that stuff, it just looks like weird Skyrim to me.
I
Which is
forget
sad.
who
That feels
is-
really dismissive.
Who's making this? Is Phil Spector? Wait, Phil Spector.
No, he's-
Fuck, what did I say?
Warren Spector?
Warren
It's
Spector.
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spector is
It's
that
Phil,
guy.
I believe he might be producing it.
who
and also
killed
there's Phil
Michael.
Spencer. There's also maybe who you get confused with there. Yeah,
Might be Warren.
this game does not look like a bad game at all. I just know that I am immediately not
I think
interested.
it was I think it was the guy whoever was working on Whoever worked on Epic Mickey.
Yeah,
Was that Warren
that's
Spector?
That's Warren Spector, yeah.
I think it's Warren Spector is working on this game.
This game looks colorful. The world looks like
Just like Epic Mickey.
creative.
Just like Epic Mickey.
and that didn't go wrong.
People liked Epic Mickey. I don't know why.
I played Epic Mickey. I played
I've
Epic
never
Mickey,
played
and it is a game that is like
I really wanted to like it.
You want so dearly to like Epic Mickey. You're playing it, and there's so many things in Epic Mickey that is like, this is so cool. And as you're playing Epic Mickey, you're like, stop fighting, game. Please let me like you. Stop trying to push me away. I just want to love you.
Okay, yeah, it's great that I have these two mechanics. I can paint or I can use.
That part was fine. It was like the
that's cool,
terrible
but then
camera,
it's like, and then
the
you also have to
floaty
use
controls.
these weird spray controls on enemies
So
to be able
Warren
to attack.
Spector's not involved in this game.
He's not?
No.
Yes, he is.
It looks like a game he would be involved. No, isn't he? No, he's involved in actually like remaking systems, right?
He's
doing
involved in
something
that. He's
new.
involved in another game too. There's 2 games he's working on.
Yeah.
This is not one of them. This is actually the sequel to Ultima Underworld. And Ultima Underworld 2: Labyrinth of Worlds. So, yep.
Cool.
There you go.
We've
It
talked about
says
this
right
game
here in
more
Variety,
than
watch first trailer for Warren Spector's
Shit,
Underworld
I couldn't find it
Ascendant.
on the
Go
Wikipedia.
get fucked.
Damn.
Man,
Got
man,
told.
man.
Got
Twice-
told.
People need to stop disagreeing with me. I don't
Twice now,
say shit.
Twice now.
I don't say
Twice now
shit
Ricardo
just.
has owned Ethan.
I don't say shit just because I say shit. I say shit because I'm fairly sure of what I'm fucking talking
Fairly
about.
sure. That means there's a room for error.
Very little.
That's true. This is a
Anyway.
true fact. Anyway, let's go to the next game.
Oh, okay.
As I've been owned, I don't want to look at this game anymore, and I'll never buy it because I was owned.
All right, so we have Ace Combat 7
God.
Guys Unknown. Speaking of having a sense of what's going on and knowing.
Oh, yeah,
what
a very
we're
sense
This
talking
is one where
about.
Ricardo steps back and goes, I don't know anything about this game despite playing a couple of them.
Yeah, I've played a couple of them. I don't know anything that's going on here.
Yeah,
Man, I remember
no.
well because I remember there was a time when I would play games, specifically Japanese developed games, and be like, this is normal. Like, sure,
That's how games are made.
this insane story is like normal.
Yeah.
Why not? It's just a video
This is-
game.
This
But-
is fine.
But now it's allowed me to step back and be like, this is anime. This is an anime
When you're a
storytelling.
kid, you don't really realize it, like Pokemon.
well,
and
this
Sailor
is just a
Moon
very
are
anime
Dragon
trailer
Ball.
too, and I think I mentioned this while we were watching it, but I really like a lot of anime. Okay with dumb anime tropes sometimes, but like
Oh yeah.
anime trailers kind of bug me because the games like Kingdom Hearts does the same thing. Like a bunch of other games have done this.
I
It's
mean,
not
even
just this
like
game.
Kojima does this.
Yeah,
like, all
Kojima
the
does
time.
it too. I don't like it. It's just like we're just gonna play lines of dialogue, and none of the lines of dialogue are a single scene. They're all just chopped up from completely disparate parts of the game. They have nothing to do with the last line of dialogue. It just kind of like it's just like and over and over for like a good like 30 seconds. This trailer does something like
I feel
that.
like what they're trying to do
It's
is
like,
set like
what?
a tone. But the
Yes,
tone
because you
is
got the music swelling in the
But the tone
background.
is just
And
anime. Like it's
Yeah.
just, it's like almost every anime trailer where it's just like everything's dramatic happening. This thing you thought it was, not what you thought it was.
but what was it? What did you think it was? You don't even know because you didn't
Exactly, you
have
don't know.
time to literally
So-
look at it and see.
Also, we're gonna talk about like, oh, that
Deep-
plane.
yeah, like
It's never been.
non-navel gazing.
Yeah, and like naming like because anime I feel like does this more than a lot of other pieces of media where it like is like I'm gonna say minute details about this obscure thing that you probably don't really know that much about, and you're just
Yeah.
gonna have to take it at face value and like I'm telling the truth.
Nope.
So it's like that plane is 30 years old. It wasn't used for blah 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 years, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, wow, okay,
Why are we even
grandfather told me
fighting?
about that plane.
yeah.
The military wants us to fight, but why are we doing it? It's just like stuff like that. Of
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
what did we even trust in ourselves for? If we can't believe
Then this
anyone.
plane has a force field.
Yeah, and this plane was a giant force. field.
Also, these games are like really intense, like simulations.
I like
They're
the way they
very-
look.
they're-
I
yeah.
think these games look really pretty.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
weird because like
and this one looks even more kind of sci-fi-y than some of the other ones I've seen
Yeah.
in the Ace Combat series.
it looks cool.
I know they have sci-fi elements in them, but this
I
just
mean,
looks
they're
kind of-
it's no Tom Clancy's
no,
Hawks.
it's no Hawks. But what's Hawks?
Hawks is Hawks.
Tom Clancy's Ethan Hawks.
Oh,
Got him. All right, moving on. Next game is Darksiders 3. just like Assassin's Creed going F it to historical reality, this game goes F it to the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the real Four Horsemen that actually existed. I'm tired of this historical inaccuracy in games.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, the thing is it's
that's
like
already been established. That's been established that Fury instead of Pestilence. I think this is a replace of Pestilence, or is this a replace of Famine?
It could be either one because I doubt they'll use either one in here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anyway, point is, Darksiders. It looks like more Darksiders.
Yeah, I was gonna say Darksiders started as a basically kind of like a Zelda clone. Artwork by famous comic book artist Mike Madrera, who did a lot of.
I was gonna say artwork by Blizzard.
He did a lot of. He did a lot of '90s like X-Men comics. So I don't know if any of that comes through in some of the characters.
Yeah, I can see it. To me, it just reminds me of like every Diablo and World of Warcraft character.
Yeah, you're right.
They all look like that.
So the first one
which is probably because Blizzard artists were inspired by a lot of his work, I'm sure.
Yeah, so the first game had you playing as War following the apocalypse essentially, and then you were playing as Death after it was like basically War had turned on whatever forces of the apocalypse or whatever. And so you were trying to go clear your brother's name or whatever.
Yeah, because like what happens is there's like heaven and hell in this universe.
Sure.
And the demons and the angels are all fighting each other, and so like that means it's the end of time. I only know the beginning. All I know is the beginning of Darksiders 1. So then like War shows up because he's like, all right, it's the apocalypse. I'm here. Like this is my job. It's like literally his job. He's just like, my job to be here. I was summoned because the apocalypse is clearly starting. And then he gets imprisoned by like these 4 like judges. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, because it was
they're like,
why'd you trigger the apocalypse? And he was like, it was already going on. I just showed up to do my job. And they're like, that's bullshit, dog.
You gotta go clean up your mess that you made after the apocalypse happened. And then like. Yeah, so then Death is like
play Death, and then in this one,
the game genre changed too, because like it's like a Zelda clone, and Death
now
is
it's like God of War style.
Yeah, like Diablo-esque.
God of War was not God of War. The Darksiders 2 is very loot based. This one looks more like kind of God of War style.
Yeah,
it's like a bunch of whips and stuff like that.
Yeah, so now you play as Fury, who is the third person of the apocalypse.
Yes, no longer Horseman. Sorry.
And things are happening.
And Death and
War in this
War
trailer.
show up. Yeah, they show up very clearly. So they're not like trying to save that for a reveal.
It's
that's
weird because like it seemed like such a cool, ambitious thing. Like, all right, we're gonna have each game's gonna be a little different.
Yeah,
and
that's
they're gonna
pretty
have,
cool.
Like,
different
they're all
genre
gonna
even.
be, you know, depending on whatever characters they are. And it was like really exciting. It's like, oh man, what are they gonna do for Pestilence? Nothing. They're not going to have anything. They're not going to do it. They're just going to skip and go to Fury because, hey, guess what? Action RPGs are better. Which sucks because I know that game was almost never going to exist, but then THQ Nordic.
What if it was an RTS?
That would be so cool. Like, what if it was like a Brutal Legend RTS or something like that? See, I've
been wanting to play. That's another game I've been wanting to play is Brutal Legend.
That's a good stream game.
I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for like a re-release from that game, but
PC version's the best one right now. That was almost a re-release. It came out like 2 years after.
I guess you're right.
They came out like recently. The PC version of Brutal Legend came out like
a couple years ago.
3 years ago, something like that.
Come on, Double Fine.
This game looks fine. It looks like more Darksiders. I wish I cared about Darksiders. I really tried to play Darksiders 1 because I'd heard good things about it, but I just like. There's a point like about 30 minutes to an hour into the game where it's like, here's 12 tutorials. You have to do these to get past, and they're like challenges. So if you get hit during them, you just lose the challenge, and you gotta like. And it's just like, okay, I don't want to play this.
I think the second one was on like Xbox Games for Gold.
I think I might even own that in some.
I feel like I own all of them somehow.
Yeah,
and I played like an hour of it and was like, this seems like a competent game. I'm not really in the mood to play this, and then just never played it ever again. But those are now also available on current gen consoles as the War Mastered Edition and the Definitive.
They're the worst.
No,
they're the worst. They're terrible. They're both bad. No, they're bad.
The best part.
Make puns. That's fine. Make good puns.
Well, THQ. Well, like Well, like they just
Remastered
yeah,
edition.
remastered.
Yeah, that's also
edition.
bad
love
as
it.
well.
It's so
Very
bad.
I like it because it's so
Last game, Call of Cthulhu, and then we're done.
Call
this has
of
been a long podcast for how little games we played this week. We had, a
Hey,
lot
we
of
had to
things
talk
catch up on.
about ray tracing.
That was not that long. We
I
had to
know.
talk about freaking
What?
Spacelords forever.
Oh yeah,
We had to figure out what that game was. So,
you're right.
well, now we know. But what is Call of
No, we
Cthulhu?
don't. We don't know. All
It's-
Cthulhu is, as the man explains, is a game where you go.
You're some kind of investigator.
He's also an alcoholic.
He's an alcoholic. Shit's going
Perfect.
sideways.
Fits into the thing perfectly.
Shit's going sideways in this
Mansion.
in this
Is the whole
shit.
game in the mansion? Do you think, or is this like one of the?
I can't imagine. I feel
I
like
bet-
it would. I feel like
I think the whole
most
game.
most Lovecraft stories happen within like a small township, so I would assume that's what it was. Because although it's called Call of Cthulhu, nothing in here is very like
This is not from Call of
recognizable
Cthulhu.
as from the Call of Cthulhu story.
But that's because that's the most recognizable name. Like, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
things Call of Cthulhu that are not actually from the Cthulhu story.
Indeed.
Yeah. This is based off the board game. I think a tabletop game.
Ooh.
So that's why it has like a lot of elements of, hey, your character has like 4 different options and they confront this weird dude who doesn't like you. You can either take his axe and be violent, you can confront him, you can use intimidation, you could try to bribe him, and depending on what you do, you'll get more points into that and your character will level up in that particular section, which seems cool.
And then that allows you to either get more either do like more physical activities like lock picking, or like gain more insight from stuff that you look at, depending on what stuff you go. But it says that knowledge has a price.
It's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, so that's like the second set of this is that there's like a Batman investigator vision mode where you investigate the house and look for clues as to you're just looking for this like disappeared family or this murdered family, or I don't know what the full details were there, but if you do more investigating, you'll have more information, and like other stuff that you can talk to people or stuff that you can figure out will be opened up to you because you investigated the thing better and you found an extra puzzle piece that's that you might have missed.
Mhm.
But if you do that, you might start to go more and more crazy because the more you which is a very I think that's like
It's
a pretty good version of the I don't know if any other games have done that exact method, but like a lot of games have done like an insanity meter, and I feel like more and more like in 2018 that's not really we all kind of acknowledge that's a little bit of a lame or just an outdated way of
school. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sanity is a meter in people's heads that just goes up and down. Like that's not quite how it works.
I mean,
The idea that the more information about the old ones and the dark magics that you learn, the crazier you start to get is kind of interesting.
I mean, that's kind of the quintessential Lovecraftian
Lovecraft, right?
thing, is that like how does your human mind perceive something that's like
so much bigger than it.
so much bigger than anything that you could even imagine, and how do these kind of
How do you
cosmic
not break under the strain? And most of the time, the answer is you just go crazy.
Yeah.
You just go crazy.
I mean, like Bloodborne did, like you could gain insight, and then that would change your perception of the environment. Like you'd suddenly be able
and that
to see,
was a great way of handling a
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, you'd suddenly be able to see like kind of the like weird like
Creepy things. that would
creepy
try to
things,
kill
yeah,
you.
like they're trying to
when
kill
the-
you, and like the
the
sky
more-
would
and-
be more perceptive.
the more insight you had, the more certain monsters looked different. Like besides those ones that were hanging from the towers, you also had
They
other monsters that
yeah.
became different monsters.
Yeah, like there's like large pig monsters that just look like big pigs, but when you gain these insights, you suddenly see them covered with eyeballs and having extra limbs and stuff like that, as if there's some kind of other malevolent force that's taken over the city, or the hunter's dream, I suppose it is at that time in that game. But enough about that really great game. Hopefully this game is all right.
We'll
It
see
looks
how well it
okay.
pulls it off.
I'm interested. I think there's a lot of room to still have great kind of
looks
Cthulhu
pretty.
games, because there's
It
been a
looks
few in the
okay.
past, but they're kind of not exactly. I feel like
The,
what you
the other-
expect.
Well,
this
the
seems
other
more
game
like-
called Call of Cthulhu is a cult classic.
Yes,
I
it was
I've
like-
never played it myself.
It was
but
like an
everyone likes it.
original
People like it.
Xbox release, I want to say,
Mm-hmm.
and a PC release, obviously. And I've heard great things about it, but obviously at this point it's a very old game,
Yeah.
and so who knows how it holds up. The game looks okay. The player models, or excuse me, the character models maybe look a little
they look a
janky,
little-
and the voice
acting
acting suggests
is
that
cool.
maybe this is a
I think
lower.
this game's a little lower budget,
lower
so
budget,
the
right?
animation is
Okay.
gonna be and character models gonna be the thing that suffer, you know. But I think it's passable. I think it looks pretty
Yeah,
fine
it
to me.
definitely and it
It
and
doesn't look out like.
and the thing is
jarring.
when you're talking about the theme of the game, like having these characters kind of be a little bit off looking, almost plays a
Yeah,
little bit
it's true.
to
And
it.
even off sounding kind of works into it as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, so that's that one. So,
very
but
intriguing. Put this
yeah,
on my radar.
most def. But that was a lot of trailers.
Oh, most deaths in
Oh.
it?
So what wins?
Most deaths in it?
most defs.
What character did he play?
He plays the assistant
plays Ford
to the
Prefect
rental store
in-
manager.
All right, what wins the trailer trash, guys? Cardo's right. What should win? Trash.
Let's see.
What is Ethan doing? What are you doing, Ethan?
My
What is going on
screen's
over
popped
there?
up some stuff. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
It's just
Yeah, we
Alrighty.
won't discuss it here on the.
Discuss anyway. So, I think
I think the game that we understood the most should win. So Spacelords.
Spacelords wins. No, honestly, none of these trailers were too bad. I mean, the Ace.
Yeah,
Combat,
they're all pretty good.
The Ace Combat one had great production
Yeah.
values, but it was probably my one that I was like least
into
into.
I think Strange Brigade for me
It's pretty
did not
good.
fully convince me to buy the game, but definitely made me go, maybe I'll get this game. Like it as a trailer goes, it definitely kept me interested in it from before.
Mhm. I really love the animation in the Battleship Brigade trailer,
Yes,
but
that's a great trailer too.
it's so short and
Yeah,
it's a little
yeah,
too short.
it's a
It's
little-
like also a
it's a
game. It's
little
like we
short.
know what that game is.
Yeah.
It's
that
been
game's already been out. I already knew I wanted to check that game out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Strange Brigade as the winner of this trailer trash, for me.
Yeah, I think I agree.
I think
Cardo,
I'll agree.
Do
I
you
like the call.
dissent?
I like the Call of Cthulhu trailer also,
was
just
good
from
too.
it being like, hey, this game actually looks kind of neat. But also, I think as an overall trailer, I'd say the Strange Brigade.
Yeah, because
Trailer.
Call of Cthulhu relied a lot on like narration type stuff,
Yeah.
which is fine, but it was definitely did it
It's
better.
almost
I think, than
cheating.
Red Dead, but it's kind of cheating in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Strange Brigade.
All right.
Alright.
Strange Brigade wins. Maybe we'll find out if that's good. Depends.
Hopefully.
See you in a couple weeks. Like next week, I think it comes out.
Sure hope so.